Okay, guys, we are recording. It is March 31st already. Yep. So hopefully you guys all hit Success Club. I know it's crunch time and a lot of you are scrambling at the end, but so next month, get it done early. That's my advice. Then you don't have to worry about it. But I'm so glad we have Jessica here live and in person.
Hi.
And she's going to talk to all of you about getting over the fear of inviting, which I feel is keeping a lot of you from attaining your goals. So with that, I think I'll hand it over to Jessica.
All right. Well, hi, everybody. So my name is Jessica. I am a friend of Kim's, and what's amazing about this network is that I recently moved, so I traveled a full half mile to come to Kim's house for this. And when I moved here, I knew nobody, and somehow through the network of our team, I clicked on her profile and I was going to send her a message. And I was like, whoa, she lives where I'm getting ready to move to. And we actually developed a friendship and relationship in my new town, which has never happened to me before. So that's really so amazing. Weird. And
it's like the power of the internet and like how people are just brought together.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's definitely destiny. And she's given me a lot of free help over my coaching journey. And so I was really excited to get to pay her back a little bit by being on this call. And it actually forced me to reflect a lot on the fear of inviting that I still have every single month. You know, every month is a fresh start and you have to go after it with full energy. So I'm reminded of all these fears each time I get onto Facebook, which is my main posting platform. And I actually enjoy Instagram a little bit more because my just general age group and friend base isn't as active on Instagram. So I actually feel like I can let loose a little more on Instagram, whereas on Facebook, I still probably hold back and I need to work on my fear of inviting. So this is a really real topic for me. I've been a coach for coming up on 10 months, but prior to Beachbody, I had zero social media presence. Like I'm not a blogger. I didn't post a lot, and I kept a very secret profile so people couldn't even find me. And I had close friends and family, and that's it. And people would be like, oh, you had a baby? And I'm like, yeah, I guess I haven't posted a picture of myself in 9 months. So I was really going from zero to something. And so that was really another thing that held me back. So I really had to move past that to begin to share what was going on in my life. So it really wasn't about sharing Beachbody or sharing the opportunity to buy something. It was sharing happiness that I was feeling after such a long time of not really thinking that that was possible. So I really had to transform what I was doing was not really inviting, but it was sharing. And if you look at Facebook, I mean, people are sharing everything. They're sharing what they had for breakfast. They're sharing that their dog died. I'm at this phase in my life where everybody's dog that they got right after college is dying. So it's like really, really kind of depressing as you read through the news feed. So it is all about sharing, right? So that was the one thing for me that's like, well, who cares if I post this, right? Everybody is posting something. And so there's no room for others to judge. Because they want to post what they have for breakfast and I want to post that I lost 10 pounds, we should both be happy for each other, right? So it also helps me be less cynical of other people's posts, you know, and I'd always really admired, so I had some friends that were doing Jamberry, which is the nail thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, my friend Carrie is like awesome at doing videos of how to put on her nails, and I'd never done Beachbody. I'm like, I wondered what motivated her to do that. Well, now I get it, right? Now I'm motivated to be that person. And she's just sharing. She thinks the nails are fun and she wants to share that with people. So I like I'm a very tactical person. So Kim and I are totally opposite. And we joke about this a lot. So I need like an assignment. So I'm giving you all an assignment and you're going to work with me as I walk through mine. So I'm holding my super nerdy yellow legal pad because we buy these by the 10 pack at Sam's. This is also what I use for meal planning and grocery list making. So what I did, and again, getting prepared for this was awesome for me because it forced me to do this exercise to share with you. So write down all of the things that are holding you back. So I'm going to share, I think I have 5 on here, 6. I'm going to share these 6 with you. And if you have a pen and paper, start jotting down some notes if this triggers something in you. And the important part is, so most of us like lists, And it's not the list we like, it's the crossing off, right? So the closure to this exercise is to find the answer to whatever you wrote down, cross it off, kill it, don't think about it again, it's gone, right? You've acknowledged the fear, you did something with it, you came up with a solution, it's over, and now you can get out there and you can get back to inviting and sharing your story with people. So fear number one for me, ultimately, I still have this in the back of my mind. People will make fun of me or they will make, rude comments on my post. And honestly, and because I'm a pretty straightforward person, I wrote down, so what? I will delete those people from my Facebook friends. And that sounds a little harsh. And I have deleted a few people who I wasn't really good friends with, that just kind of acquaintances that had less than positive things to say. But the reality is, if somebody, who knew me as like a jokester from high school or college, write something on there like, what are you talking about? What kind of cult are you in, right? I might take the opportunity to private message them and say, this is a change that I made in my life, and I know it, and I will delete their comment, obviously. And I'll tell them, this is why I deleted your comment. I've made changes in my life, and I'm really excited about it. What that could also do is initiate a conversation in a private message with somebody about what you're doing. So you can actually turn that negative into a positive, even if they're just joking and you feel uncomfortable with having it out there. Delete the comment. You own your Facebook account. Don't delete your post because you didn't do anything wrong. Delete the comment. Let them know why. If you want to, make sure you salvage the friendship, and then move on, right? And if this person is just a negative person, get them out of your life, right? You don't want them on your Facebook feed because then they're going to do it every time after that. So people will make fun of me. Okay, then I don't need them in my life. Cross it off, right? So I'm ready to move on to the next one. So the next one is, I will post too much or I won't post enough. And again, I told you I was on Facebook 0 before, so everything was going to be too much after that. And here's something that I have really learned over the last 10 months. It is not about frequency. It's about consistency. So if you post a picture of yourself 5 times a day for a week, and then you don't post anything for a month, people are going to be like, I don't get it. You were doing this bikini thing, and now you're not doing it, so what happened to you, right? So it's not about, well, I got all those pictures of how good I look out there, so now the people will just come to me. It's about being consistent. So maybe you post a recipe once a week, and that gets people excited, like, oh my God, I love it when Jessica posts a crock pot recipe because I hate cooking, and hers are always so easy. And then what that also does is they'll like or they'll click on your post. And the more they click on, so Facebook can control what you see, and that's just, they're like the government, right? So they can control what pops up in people's timelines. So if you post recipes, and recipes are great for me for getting people attracted, and then on Tuesday you post a picture of you drinking Shakeology, and on Wednesday you post a transformation story, or maybe you only post 2 things a week because you don't want it to be too much. It's really, there's no magic recipe for this. But then post 2 things the next week. And I never really thought much about the consistency part until January or late December, which is probably the hardest month to get new people signed up because they're wrapped up in the holidays and they can't even think about it. Somebody who has never liked or never commented on one of my posts reached out and said, I have been watching you for the last 7 months, and you just seem so happy and you're so consistent, and I want to be a part of it. And I mean, I was blown away. So it wasn't about that I posted 10 pictures of myself in a bikini, or I went 10 days without doing anything because I wanted to give everybody a break. It's just that I was consistently sharing the message. So the frequency is the frequency that's right for you, but make sure that you can keep up with it and that you have enough content to be consistent. So I'm crossing that one off my list, so I feel good about that one. I didn't want to come across as too salesy, and I think this is really important too. And I definitely was in the beginning. Like, I can look back now and be like, oh my gosh, right? I was like putting flyers on people's windshield. It was all wrong. And we'll talk about being wrong later. But being too salesy, something you have to remember is that you are not a Beachbody CEO or salesperson. You are a Jessica Kolde employee or a Kim Danger employee. You're representing yourself, The products are just helping you to generate income. So I hope that makes sense, but you're your own CEO of this business. You are just using the Beachbody products to accelerate your growth. So don't talk about Beachbody as much. And my friend Lindsay, who's on the call, she pointed out to me a couple months after she signed up, I just didn't know what you were talking about. And I even thought to myself, I had no idea what Beachbody was until I was a month into it, right? So you have to be careful of not worrying so much about the product and worry more about the outcome that it will get people, right? So that will keep you from being salesy. I mean, honestly, just be genuine. You've probably overcome a struggle or a battle that other people want to overcome too, which is being healthy or losing weight or getting someone in your family on board, right? So share that story and people go, I want to know how you got your husband to work out, right? And now you've started a conversation with them, just be like, you know, it was really hard, but we introduced clean eating, and they'll say, tell me more about clean eating. And then you can talk about Shakeology and how that benefits. Because again, you're not selling them a system, you're selling them a change in their lifestyle that's for the positive. And that goes a long way with people. And like I said, I messed that up from the beginning, but I've overcome it since then. So anyway, I'm worried about being too salesy. Not anymore. I'm going to worry about being myself. Crossed off the list. And if you guys are not writing down and crossing off, you're missing out because it's a lot of fun. So this kind of goes with people will make fun of me, but this actually frightened me even more, that people would be silently judging me. So at least if people made a negative comment, I knew who they were. But I have like certain people in my life that I can, you know, I just know that they're being like, oh my God, she's posted about Beachbody again. But they never liked or comment those photos, but they like or comment pictures of my kids. And I'm like, you're purposely ignoring my Beachbody pictures. So, but like I said in the beginning, there are no rules. People post some pretty out there stuff on Facebook. So go scroll through your newsfeed and be like, that is the weirdest post, but it means something to them. So you just got to let everybody have their own content and be okay with your content, right? It's yours. It's your Facebook account. It belongs to you. And again, hopefully the people that are on your friends list are truly friends and they're not in that category of judging. So crossing that one off. For me, this is a big deal too. I will look stupid, right? So I'll post something that just makes me look like I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm not educated enough on the product, or, you know, I don't know enough about the workouts, especially when you're new. I mean, it is kind of scary, right? Like you're going to mess up. You're going to look fit. You're going to look happy. You're going to look healthy. That's what people will see. So your own mind is holding you back with, I'd feel stupid doing this, or I'm going to look stupid. Nobody sees that. They see you coming out as this self-confident person who's really proud of what you're doing. So you need to tell yourself, I'm going to look amazing because I'm doing something I never thought I could do before. Because I lost weight I never thought I could lose before, because I'm wearing jeans I never thought I could wear before. So you just have to walk yourself through all the things that you truly feel. You really don't feel stupid, right? So stop thinking that you're going to feel stupid. Okay, last but not least, and I touched on this earlier, I will do it wrong. Yes, you will. I remember probably my very first post, and later as I've like gotten on my team's page and listened to podcasts, they're like, this is the number one thing not to do. I'm like, well, I did that 5 times my first month. I posted the price, right? So the first thing I did was go out and be like, this is on sale for $140. And, you know, it's funny later when you start taking the financial price out of it, some people, you tell them how much it costs and you're like, you get all that for $140? And then some people are like, yeah, that's expensive, but I want to look like you, or I want to lose that weight, so I don't care. Or some people are like, I'll catch you next month, right? But you've at least engaged them and you know that you can follow up with them in the following month. So that's just one example of how I did it wrong. Okay, fine. Didn't ruin my business. I didn't quit coaching as a result of it. My friends didn't delete me. I guarantee you 0.0 people who read that post last June of 2015 can remember that I did it wrong. I still remember vividly that I did it wrong. But listen, you just embrace it, and it's just like anything else. Parenting, anybody ever done anything wrong with parenting? Maybe once or twice? you don't get the handbook. And actually with the Beachbody, with the coaching opportunity, you do get a handbook. So, but you can't read it all in the first 2 weeks, and we're excited to start our business. So just be wrong, right? Or say, I don't know. I'm going to find out. And my friend Kim here, I will message her and say, I just got a question I don't know. Can you help me? And she's going to say yes, right? So you have a whole resource of people on your team page or on this call. They're going to keep you from doing it wrong. And then sometimes you're just going to do it wrong anyway. And so what, right? Again, nobody. So here's the other thing. All the people who don't know about Beachbody, they don't know you're wrong. Okay. So you could post the wrong price. You could post that there is a orange flavored Shakeology. You could post that Tony Horton is in your living room, and these people don't know who Tony Horton is yet. So they're not going to call you out on being wrong. So like I said, I'm not going to tell you that you can't be wrong, you won't be wrong. Be wrong, because that's the only way to learn and embrace it and be proud of yourself for trying, because you're wrong when you're giving up before you even start, right? And that's a wrong that you can't recover from. So that was a lot of words. I feel really happy. I'm going to cross the last one off my list. So I feel happy that I got my list checked off. I would love to see your list, because if I see the answers to your fears, then that's going to help me correct some of the things that are still holding me back. And fast forward a year, it won't be perfect, right? So again, just embrace it and keep fighting off the new ones. So that's it. So thank you for letting me sit. And
yes, thank you very much, Jessica. That was awesome. You did a great job. And as always, you're very organized with your thoughts. And I never am. So we're always like, she's the left brain, I'm the right brain. I bring the creativity. She brings the organization.
Kim designs our outfits, and I make sure we get to the right place. That's right. That we have a hotel room.
That's right. Speaking of like organizing weekend events, we should talk a little bit about Super Saturday. But first, I just wanted to, I was taking notes as you were talking. Good. I have notes.
You like assignments.
I do like assignments.
Okay, look at Kim's notes.
Oh, they're so messy.
Look at mine is like on the line of the paper, and Kim's is this, and it's like pretty. It's like messy pretty. Yeah, so you pulled it off.
Well, of Jessica's fears, my biggest one was too salesy, and I love that you brought out that you are the business, not Beachbody. Because we are not. We are independent contractors. We are not employees of Beachbody. Mm-hmm. Top 10 coaches are not employees of Beachbody. Like even like the elite coaches, like if they would still, what's cool is they would still have a platform and a following if Beachbody went away. They would still have a leg to stand on because they have thousands of people following them. So you have to keep that in mind. If you're building a blog, if you're building a social media following, they're following you because of you. Not because of the products. I mean, the products are great, and we all know that, and they're amazing. But you know what? It's your support and your friendship and your credibility that gets you sales, not the products. So always, always keep that in mind. And when you're posting, like I have a piece of advice here too, because I think this helps with appearing too salesy. The more you can interject your personal experiences with the products, or with
I used this to get
but you know what, the less you talk about the product and the more you talk about your own experience, the more you're going to attract people to you. And as you analyze top coaches, which I like to do, I mean, I don't like to copy them, but like success leaves clues, and so many of them do not. I mean, like the only clue that they would have that they're a Beachbody coach is a lot of them say like elite or top 10 in their profile, but they don't have like little pictures of like stock photos of containers on their Facebook. No, they're like being themselves, and that is what is attracting people to them. So that's what I would encourage all of you to do. Be yourself, because that is what is going to attract your tribe. And again, passion trumps everything. You can be wrong. People, like you might look stupid, but you know what? If you're excited and fired up about what you're doing, people will not care. They'll be attracted to your energy and your confidence. And that's really what you need to draw upon. And really, that's why you need to be working on personal development. And you're probably really tired of me preaching about it, but I will continue to preach it until, you put me in the ground, because for me, that is like the number one thing. Of course, I love the programs and Shakeology and all that, but personal development that's what's going to get you past all those mental barriers. So that's my little follow-up.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I've grown to love personal development, right? And I still do it in a very scientific way because I am the left brain?
You're the left brain, I'm the right brain.
So I do a lot more of the books on like Eat That Frog or even the compound effect where it's almost like mathematical and scientific. And then Kim
and then I like Elizabeth Gilbert and like Big Magic and the Badass. And I like the analytical books too. But yeah.
I have to. So really personal development for me would be to read Big Magic. Right. And to get through it and go, okay, I might take one thing out of it and I will go, that is the thing that's going to start attracting all my right brain friends in, because then they, for some people, this is a major journey and step in confidence. And for me, it was like science, right? Do this, lose 5 pounds, do this, lose 5. For some people, it would change their life in a way that gives them confidence they never had before. Right. And I wasn't lacking confidence in terms of like the workforce, but for sure physical confidence. So when it all came together, I felt like a badass. Like I could have written that book, but
you are a badass.
But I'm going to write my own book called "I Am a Badass." So, but Kim is right. I actually listen to old Beachbody podcasts. So I put them on my feed, and I listen to about 2 a night. So I went from last July of 2012, and I'm now at May of 2013, and it's kind of fun. So for me, it's scientific. I like to go in order and watch the evolution of the business. As they talk about changing the formula, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know they changed Greenberry.
I wouldn't have even thought of that.
Yeah, I love it. So, but anyway, there's all forms of personal development.
Yes,
you can get that fits your personality. But I do challenge you to do the one that doesn't fit your personality. Like, read 2 books that are in your wheelhouse, and then read one that you're like, this is crazy, but I'll read it anyway.
No, good advice. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, with that, do you guys have any questions, or should we move on to like Super Saturday, upcoming challenge groups, that kind of stuff? No questions. Okay, you guys, I think I'm actually going to stop recording here because I think what we've shared right now is a great resource for other coaches. They probably aren't going to be interested in our Minnesota Super Saturday or our upcoming challenge groups. And we can address all that in our team page if people want to know more. So with that, thank you, Jessica, and I'm going to stop recording here.
Bye to everybody who's not live.
Thank you.